Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. We are downtown Dublin at Ambry Jameson, a shoe bar, and this afternoon I am talking to Mackenzie Foster about what it's like to be a senior and graduating. So Mackenzie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Mackenzie Foster, and I'm the daughter of David and Lisa Foster. I've been going to West Lawrence for all my life. I'm a cheerleader, and I'm involved in many clubs at West Lawrence High School. It's a lot to keep up with, but I still enjoyed it.
Okay, what are your plans after graduation?
After I graduate, I'm going to stay in Dublin for the first 2 years to get my core out of the way, and then I hope to transfer to Georgia College in Milledgeville and become a special education teacher.
Okay, you want to come back here and teach school? Or?
I do. I would like to return to West Lawrence just because my heart will always bleed blue and white, but if I had to teach at other local schools, I would definitely do, just so I can be in Dublin still.
Okay. What has been your favorite thing about senior year so far?
Probably cheering on the Raiders on football Friday nights. There's no feeling other than cheering on the Raiders every Friday night. It's like a big family reunion. You look up in the stands and there's everyone from everywhere, and it's the best feeling ever, and I've just really enjoyed that the most.
Okay. Do you have a favorite tradition that West Lawrence High School does, or?
Definitely so. I love homecoming week at West Lawrence. If you've ever been to our pet rallies, you would know that it's a loud, just fun environment, and I'll definitely say that homecoming week, just the rivalries upon the grades and stuff, it's just so fun. It's the week that everyone looks forward to.
Right. Now this year homecoming was a big deal for you.
Right.
You made homecoming court.
I did.
You were a class representative, and then, bless your heart, you got sick.
Yes, I did.
How did you handle, it was so exciting, but at the same time, I'm sure it was a little bit disappointing to not be able to go to the football game that night. How did you handle that?
Well, it was kind of all of a sudden. It wasn't like something that I knew the night before that I was fixing to miss. It was, I woke up, it was a severe stomach pain. I was thinking, oh, you'll make it, and it was actually up until my mom looked at me and she said, they're walking. I was in the hospital bed and she said, they're walking right now, okay? And it didn't hit me, so really it wasn't like something that I prepared for, and it wasn't until me getting home that night for it to actually sink in, like, you missed that.
Right.
But I handled it very well because my thoughts were, it doesn't change the fact that I was on it, it just was the fact that I wasn't there physically, but people were very supportive. They were like, it doesn't change it, we still love you, and my class even came and saw me that night. Some of my friends saw me that night and throughout the week, so I just handled it because I have a lot of faith, and I was just, in my heart, I knew if that was supposed to happen, then it was supposed to happen, and I can't do anything about it.
And it was like you said, it's such an honor to even
really
be nominated by your classmates. So when things like this happen, do you have a certain place at home or a quiet spot or quiet place that you like to go just to, be by yourself and think about things?
When things like this happen, I know this is really weird, but my favorite place in the whole world is my grandparents' farm. And I like to just ride, I know this is so country bumpkin, but I like to ride like rangers and just be out there, and even hunting outside. I just like being outside at their farm, and it's just kind of like a getaway. So when things happen, I just like to go out there because it's so quiet, but it's also just a lot of land and a lot of just quiet places out there. So I like to go out there when things have disappointed me.
Nature.
Yeah, the nature.
Your getaway.
It is.
Okay, Mackenzie, is there something that or a piece of advice that you could give underclassmen?
A piece of advice that I would probably give underclassmen would be, and it's kind of cliche, but enjoy every second of it, because really you don't understand how quick it goes by until you're sitting in my shoes, which I've already finished my last day of high school, and you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, your last first day, your last homecoming week, it's the last and the last and the last. You're just finally getting to the last and the end of things, and you're just not even thinking, you're not even going through it thinking that it's the last. So I would definitely say, remember everything you do, take pictures, get phone numbers that you're not used to getting, people's phone numbers, and talk to people that you normally don't talk to, because one day you'll never talk to them again, and you'll at least want to keep in touch somehow.
Right, right. Okay, you are gonna take a cross-country trip, and you get to invite 3 of your friends to go with you.
Okay.
Who would you pick and why?
Okay, if I had to go cross country, I would choose Morgan Kimbrell because I love her to death, and she talks me into anything and everything. And when I say that, I mean anything. I will have my mind closed off to something, and she'll be like, let's do it. And I'm like, no. And then she's like, let's do it. And I'm like, okay. So that's one of my friends that I would take. A second friend would be Lauren Henley because she laughs about anything and everything. You can say the smallest thing, and she just thinks it's hilarious. So I'd take her along just so we can keep laughing. And then my third friend, I would probably take Josie Oliver because I have 2 crazy friends, and then she's like the mom of the group. So she would kind of keep us cool and calm and make sure we got back safe and everything.
Keep you in check.
Yeah, she'd keep us in check for sure.
So tell us about your favorite memory so far from senior year.
One of my favorite memories from this year would probably be Friendsgiving. At Thanksgiving this year, almost all of my friends got together and we had a big Thanksgiving together, and it was like we got to sit around, and it was people that you grew up with, and we kind of just talked about everything, and we talked about what we've been through together, but also like we talked college, and we even talked boys, but it was just a good time to sit down, and we like all ate together, and we even prayed together, and we even like laughed together and spent the night together. So it was just a good reunion before a lot of things start changing.
Right. Do y'all have anything like that planned before graduation, or?
Well, we don't have anything planned right now to like go eat or anything, but we all are going to Panama right after graduation together. So we'll have that little beach trip where we can just kind of, have our time together before, because we're all going different ways.
I was going to ask you that. So out of your group of friends, you're all...
Yes. Out of my group of friends, we have about 3 or 4 going to UGA. We have about 3 or 4 going to Southern. And then we have about 2 going to Milledgeville, and then 3 of us are staying here.
Okay.
So.
But the good thing now is you have cell phones,
Yes.
and you can text, you can Snapchat, you can do all of those things that keep you in touch with your core group of friends. So,
Yes.
it
is a blessing to have things like that, because I don't think I would be okay with them leaving me if it wasn't for those connections that we can have.
Right. So you were very involved in school. What all activities were you involved in?
Well, some of the activities that I was involved in, I was a cheerleader. I was on student council. I was actually this year the senior class president. I was in Anchor Club. I've been in Beta Club. I was very involved in Junior Civitan Club. And so that's actually what drew me to want to be a special ed teacher, because we do a lot with the special needs programs.
Yes.
But that's a little bit of what I was involved in.
Okay.
You'll save big money in May at Dublin Nissan.
Right now at Dublin Nissan, drive the Sentra for as low as $15,499.
Call, click, or come see us. Dublin Nissan, the only dealer you will ever need.
Jameson, a shoe bar located at 128A West Jackson Street in the heart of beautiful downtown Dublin. Welcome back. We are downtown Dublin at Ambry Jameson, a shoe bar, and I am talking to Mackenzie Foster about her senior year at West Lawrence High School. Mackenzie, tell me, who is your favorite teacher, or who has been your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is Mr. Tim Allen. He's just so hilarious. He always comes in the classroom. He has a smile on his face, and he what I like most about him is he loves the Lord so much, and he lets every student know it. He last week was he was like talking to us about like what he wants us to remember about him, and he was like, I just want y'all to remember that I love the Lord and I love my family. And so I was like, oh my gosh, don't make me sad. But he is the best teacher, and I love him so much.
And he teaches
human anatomy and physiology, so that's one of my favorite subjects anyway. So we've really clicked this year.
Okay. What class do you think has prepared you the most for life after high school?
That's a hard one. I would definitely say that for what I'm going for, probably English and math, because I've been volunteering in the special needs class at my school, and they do a lot of they learn differently. It's more money type stuff, telling the time. So they work with numbers, not really math problems, but it's really stuff like that's the things they learn best, and also just learning new words. So I definitely think that those two subjects would be probably what would prepare me most for what I'm going into.
Okay. If you could describe your senior year in 3 words, what would they be?
Well, I think that probably bittersweet would be one, challenging, and probably exciting. Probably those 3 would sum up my whole senior year.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself back at home, hopefully living on my grandparents' farm, because that's kind of one of those things that where I want to be in life. I hope to be thinking about applying for jobs and hopefully teaching by then, and just living life to the fullest, hopefully.
If you could change one school rule, what would it be?
If I could change one school rule, it would probably be our cell phone policy. We're very strict about cell phones at West Lawrence. We can't get them out in the halls, or we can't really get them out in classes, but I know as a part-time worker and going to high school, there's sometimes things that happen and you need to get your phone out and you need to answer questions. And working for Brandy Brown, you know that she has questions and she's going to text you, and sometimes it's hard because we'll get in trouble for it, and I just would rather just to boot that rule out so that I could easily get to my phone when I'm needed.
Okay. So who is your hero and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. My hero would probably be my sister, just because she's literally like the closest person to me. She's kind of like, out of all my friends, she would be my best friend, just because she sees me right when I walk in the door, right when I leave, and she's kind of been able to be there for me when a lot of downfalls has happened this year, and she just knows me better than I know myself, basically.
And how far or how close are y'all in age?
Me and my sister are 21 months apart.
Oh, so you're really close.
So we're really close, but we always joke because she's older, but she sometimes says, you always act like you're older than me. And I'm like, well, it's hard to be told what to do.
Do you have a bucket list of things you would like to do or accomplish?
Yes, I do. The things on my bucket list are a wide range. I want to build a farmhouse. That's just something that I really want to do. I want to go on a lot of mission trips, just in my future, just go on many mission trips. I want to write a book. I don't know what type of book, but I know I just would like to write a book. And I also would like, I just want to invent something. It could be something little. I just want to invent something and know that that was my something.
But you did it.
Yes.
That's your contribution to society.
Yes.
If you could be the best at any one thing, what would you choose?
I would say I would want to be the best at just being myself. I feel like we live in a society where we all try to one-up each other, and we all just worry about what others think, and we just want to be the best at everything. But really, the only thing that matters is if you're just yourself, if you're not trying to be someone else, and if you're not trying to beat someone else, if you're just content and happy with being yourself.
Right, and we're all uniquely created,
Right.
So we're all different, and it's just best to try to be the best.
Be the best that you can be without worrying about what others think.
Right. Okay, so it's the day after graduation, and your gift for graduation was you could pick to go to dinner with any one celebrity in the entire world, who would it be?
If I could go to dinner afterward, I would want to go with Sadie Robertson. I just think that she's a really good role model for not only myself, but for everyone. She inspires young girls everywhere to really live just original. And another thing about her faith, she's very open about that. And I would really just want to talk to her and let her lead me into my new journey. So I think she's a really awesome role model.
What do you think you're going to miss most about high school?
I'll definitely have to say I miss the people. All the people that I'm graduating with, half I've known since pre-K, and the other half I've met in middle school. So I would definitely say that it's going to be different because I see the same faces around Dublin, and I've gotten used to seeing the same faces around the school. So it's going to be different as we all separate because I'm used to them. That's kind of like my home. That's my family. So it's going to be hard.
Right. All right, Mackenzie, one last question for you. Complete this sentence. I will always remember.
I will always remember the memories of high school. It's been a long but short 4 years, and there's been a lot that's gone on and happened, and a lot of things that have really changed. But every bit of high school has kind of molded me. So I would definitely say that would be the thing that I would remember and I'll always keep close to my heart is my prime years, I guess you could say. The years that kind of shaped me and molded me into who I am.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
being a part of our seniors series, graduation series, and thank you for joining us.